Whispers by Coco. The day strength lost its voice. Part 2. Months blurred into years in river's edge. The seasons rolled over the farmland like waves, spring's soft rains, summer's golden blaze, autumn's quiet surrender, and winter's cold silence. During those years, Ethan Rivers, the young boy brought into Jonathan Hale's home, grew into a strong, thoughtful young man. He worked the fields before sunrise, repaired fences before the cows could wander, and never once complained. Jonathan never said it out loud, his pride wouldn't let him, but Ethan had become the son he always dreamed of. He admired Ethan's determination, his courage, and his quiet loyalty. In Ethan, Jonathan saw everything he wished his own son, Michael, could be, but fate does not reward the proud for long. One humid summer evening, as crickets hummed and the scent of grilled corn drifted from neighboring farms, a county truck pulled slowly into the Hale driveway. Two uniformed officers stepped out, their faces grim. Jonathan's chest tightened. One of them spoke. "Mr. Hale, we need to talk." They handed him a sealed document. Jonathan's hands shook as he broke the seal. Inside was the order. Ethan Rivers must be taken back to his home county. A crime from his past, tied to an old peace agreement. Required punishment. Jonathan felt the world tilt. Ethan had lived with him for years, growing into the Hale family like a new branch on an old tree. Taking him away was like tearing out a part of the family's heart. But Jonathan's pride stood like a stone wall. He feared the whispers, feared the town saying he had grown soft. He feared looking weak. So he walked beside the officers. Ethan was standing by the barn when they approached, sweat glistening on his forehead. He'd been fixing the tractor, Jonathan's favorite machine. With a confused smile, he asked, "What's going on?" Jonathan couldn't answer. His throat was as tight as a rope. When the officers stepped forward, Ethan's smile faded. "Mr. Hale, what's happening? You're not sending me away, right?" Jonathan looked into Ethan's eyes filled with trust, hope, and fear. Something inside Jonathan cracked. He wanted to shout, "He's my son." But pride strangled his voice, so he stood still, silent, unmoving. Ethan's hands trembled as the officers took his arms. His voice shook. "Mr. Hale, please don't let them take me." Jonathan's jaw clenched, his fists tightened, but he stepped back. And in that moment, Jonathan Hale broke his own heart. He turned his back before the truck even reached the road, unable to bear watching the dust rise behind it. Life went on, but Jonathan's spirit did not. He worked harder than ever, as if digging into the earth could bury his guilt. Then came the harvest festival, a night meant for celebration. Jonathan attended out of duty, carrying his old hunting rifle for the farmers' parade, a local tradition. But grief can cloud even the sharpest mind. Someone shouted a greeting. Jonathan turned suddenly. His finger brushed the trigger. A single shot tore through the air. A man fell. Screams filled the night. Jonathan stood frozen, the rifle smoking in his hands, eyes wide with horror. He dropped to his knees beside the man, but it was too late. The town stared at him with a mixture of sorrow and fear. The town council met the next morning. A man was dead, and though it was an accident, River's Edge had sacred rules Jonathan himself had always supported. Jonathan Hale, once the town's strongest man, was sentenced to 7 years of exile. No work, no land rights, no home. He had to leave by sunrise. He stood silently and only whispered, "So this is the price." As dawn broke across the quiet fields, Jonathan Hale loaded his family into their truck and drove away. The man who had once been the iron pillar of the town left with a cracked heart and a shadow trailing behind him.